Welcome back. So we were looking at regular verbs, regular Spanish verbs, and and it's. I think we have spent about 7 or 8 videos on this because it is quite important, um, and and which should possibly form the basis of um, many more. Uh, Rules and in the Spanish grammar. So um, before we take the basic quiz, I think it's important to know how do you form sentences or simple sentences using the regular Spanish verbs and the rules that we have used, because uh, as you might have seen in this website, like if you take the basic quiz, you'll have one section where to probably write 4 or 5 sentences using these concepts. So it is imperative to know um, that what or how you will form those sentences. So far we know in terms of conjugation, we know um, how to conjugate verbs that end with AR, ER, or IR. So, for instance, in this case, we're taking hablar as an AR verb, comer as an ER verb, and IR as a IR verb uh, as examples that represent those verbs. Um, and so let's take a few examples. So, for instance, comer, we could, based on what we have learned, we could probably write uh, 4 different sentences, right? So if you're using the yo subject form, which is I, you could write yo como. And if you're using the you subject form, which I mean you formal, right? Usted. So you could write usted come. And if you're using nosotros, which is we could write nosotros comemos. And if you're using ustedes, which is you all for Latin Americans, it would be ustedes. Ustedes. So if you remember, it's you either an an or en. In this case, it's en. So ustedes comen. Ustedes comen, and we can confirm this. Ustedes comen, right? You all eat. So if you see here, we have constructed 4 sentences based on the rules that we learned, and 4 basic, very simple sentences with a few words. I mean, if you translate in English, it would be I eat, you eat, respectfully. Um, we eat, you all eat. So that's what you have um, just um, constructed. So similarly, we could, using the rules that we learned so far, we could create four sentences for hablar, or four sentences for vivir, right? So um, and altogether we could get 12 different sentences. So I think this would um, help us in the basic quiz, because um, I would expect it to be tough based on the rules that we have learned and the different combinations that we can use for those rules. Um, so we should be taking the basic quiz very soon. So in the next video, we most likely will be taking the basic quiz. And so until then, see you next time.